all these things, they're asking the right questions. So they have a far greater potential for success if Zen should succeed, which, still yet to be seen. But then if they're just coming in here asking all the typical questions and aping in or aping in and then coming in to ask, what did I just buy? I mean, how many groups have you been in where they do that? Hey, I just bought 10,000 tokens. What, you could tell me what it is I bought,
The top.
you're like, yeah, exactly.
That's what you. Yeah, that's always a painful thing to explain to somebody that they're 40% down and now they have to hodl. But it's a good lesson. I think Zen is actually one of the best entries for first-time cryptoers. The biggest mistake, of course, was like buying day one. I mean, that was obvious. But I mean, those are going to be like it
That actually worked out for a few people, but
for a
it
few people.
only
But
to the detriment of us of another group of people.
yeah, I know. But what I was going to say about that is that now that it's kind of chilled out and things are definitely stabilizing, the for newer people, there's not much you can really do wrong with Zen. You can mint it, you can stake it, I mean, there's not really a mistake here. It's just that you don't get to be the lucky few. Whatever. Not new.
We were just talking about that earlier, though, and people coming in now have maybe even a better opportunity for gain than the people who aped in at the beginning, because as Honey Deals has kind of figured out, the two greatest factors to influencing your total token output is term, the amount of days you select in your term. The second is how much you paid for your fees. So if you aped in the beginning, you were paying 10, 20, even $30 a mint for the same tokens that now somebody can mint for under three. So what's your cost average per token compared to theirs? People coming in now might have actually a better position in the game than the people who aped in.
Which was my play. I've just been at the beginning too many crypto launches to just know that this. But I like to become whales and microcaps with people that I trust. I don't know them. I'm not friends with them. I just meet them in Discord. They seem like trusting person. Bam. I'm a whale and a microcap.
Hey, can I pose a question, ask a question real quick,
Absolutely.
guys? Uh, just noticed that Zen is like really quite valuable against wrapped Ethereum. It's like just basically straight up and to the right. And I'm sure there's a really clever reason for that. I was wondering if anyone might talk about that. I don't know, is price chat a bit acceptable in here? Because conversely, it's actually dumping hard against wrapped Bitcoin. And I just think that's kind of interesting. And why is it doing so well against Ethereum? Like, I can't quite, no pun intended, wrap my mind around it.
We're
Some
so
sort of
early in price discovery. I don't know that you can trust those numbers for any any reasonable uh, gauge of what Zen is worth at this moment. I think we'll see,
Okay,
volatility as people figure
that's
it out.
then.
Sure, I guess this is certainly more trading type thing, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's interesting. And
Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
okay, so let me ask you this: so it was wrapped. Which are the two coins you're comparing? Wrapped ETH to
Zen and wrapped Ethereum, yeah, it's gone up 2,000%.
wrapped ETH and wrapped Bitcoin. Okay,
No.
and what
Oh,
is the
yes, yes. Against Zen, correct. But against Ethereum, it's mooning, but against Bitcoin, it's going about the equivalent amount uh, down, like 90% against Bitcoin. I'm more interested in why it might be mooning against wrapped Ethereum and sort of this idea of like some arbitrage like between, like what are we really paying for? And it does bring a question to what Zen's value is. I mean,
Yeah, but just
literally, right?
just before anything, I want to ask you, what is the liquidity in those? Where are you looking at that, and what's the liquidity of those pools?
That's a good question. I honestly just noticed it when I pulled them up on TradingView, but I believe they're on a Uniswap V3. Yeah, I know the Ethereum one is. Um, hmm So it should be pretty high liquidity
If
against the
there's
wrapped
no
ETH, but
liquidity, if there's no liquidity in the wrapped Bitcoin, well, that could explain why it's dumping. Or so yeah, I mean, if you're looking at small liquidity pools, the numbers would likely not add up, and there could be odd behavior going on because there would be too much volume, or inversely, somebody might have made a liquidity pool mistakenly, like put too much, not enough of the other side of the trade.
It could actually account for the spike in it against wrapped Ethereum in that particular pool as well, because low liquidity, anybody puts in a big order on low liquidity, they get a massive slippage either direction.
well, but over the course of, would that occur? I mean, these aren't spikes. This is a literal gradual increase over since launch. That's my point. It's not like a sort of anomaly. Just look at the chart yourself. It's literally like somebody has been trading incredibly successfully wrapped Ethereum, or rather Zen for wrapped Ethereum since launch. And I heard a fella sharing, I can't remember who or where it was, but that was basically their argument that the game right now is get as much Ethereum as you can with this coin. It was like, and it seems to be at least up until today. I mean, it could start dumping tomorrow. A wise move, but I didn't really hear his reasoning behind why that's the case, and I'm just curious to know. I bet if anything, that's considered like, well, the ultimate alpha. Maybe someone who does know the answer might not want to share it, but maybe I was hoping I might, tease it out of somebody
Right.
who wants
I
to
mean, I
share.
really would do. I don't know what you're looking at the pools, but just you should be able to see the liquidity of the pool, and then you'll might see better because
Well,
the main.
I'm looking at all the pools on Deck Screener right now, and there's
Okay.
one, two, three, three WETH pools and one wrapped Bitcoin pool. The wrapped Bitcoin pool has 1.4K TVL. The the three
Okay.
the three WETH pools, let's see, that's
So,
V2. The
sir,
V2 is the biggest pool. It has 3.3K.
Oh
The
wow. Okay.
the
So
next one is also a
wrapped.
V3
hello.
pool, and it has 19,000. So it's the second largest pool of all Zen pools. The biggest Zen pool is against
Oh,
USDC. It's 59K. And then there's a third WETH pool,
Hello,
which
sir.
is also V3. It only has $878 in it. So if somebody was to put a big
Hello,
order
Jack.
in on that pool,
Hello.
it, it would move that price a lot.
right, right.
Hello.
Interesting.
Hello,
And the
admin.
Okay.
Bitcoin pool is pretty small too. That's only $1,400 worth of total liquidity on both sides.
Right.
Hello, Ram.
Hello.
Just wait a sec. Yes. Hello.
Sir, my 95% loss XEN token.
You lost
How much
on.
recover, sir? How much recover?
Give us a
You
minute,
have to
man.
read the white paper. Yeah, you have to
Go
I
ahead.
am
read the
Go
white
ahead.
buying
paper.
Bitmart.
I'll just.
Bitmart exchanger. I am buying
Oh no.
95% loss.
Yeah, don't buy. You don't buy Zen. You mint Zen. You should go to the website zen.network and faircrypto.org to read the white paper, and then you can start entering into Zen. But don't buy Zen in the beginning, not for a while. You have to understand the crypto that you're engaging with. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
And the guy just left the chat just that fast. So yeah, um, the biggest liquidity pool is against USDC. That's 59K. Second biggest liquidity pool is against WETH, and that's 19K. Those you might be able to put a decent trade in without, I mean, decent. I don't know how many millions. I haven't tried trading this at all. I mean, it's not interested in providing liquidity or trading this at all. But you may be able to put a relatively decent sized order into either of those pools. But if I look at those two pools, they've just been consistently going down. USDC is like on a, let's see, the high was somewhere around 1.4 cents, and we're now at 0.00025. And on the I'm let's look at the BTC wrap BTC.
So that
On the wrap,
okay, that's very
the
so
wrap
so
BTC
so as
chart
long
looks
as you're
like it's just going down too. I don't know what chart you're looking at. These look like pretty steady down and to the right, which is totally expected with this token creation and distribution model. I'm not seeing what you're seeing on the charts.
The point mostly, DJ, is kind of like what I was just saying to the guy that came in. Like, it's not a time to buy it. If you're looking at the price, the biggest problem right now is there's no volume, right? And it's still in price discovery, and the supply is hitting the market like day by day. So yeah, like that's the most important thing to get right now. It's going to go downwards.
It's going to go downwards until we get to the price that the cheapest, basically the cheapest price that somebody can mint it for. It'd be my assumption. And right now we're not there. We're only at 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. We probably need to drop a couple more zeros in there.
Like if DJ, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I literally, while I was literally looking at it, someone basically cleared out the entire pool. I guess they sold it off or something.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yes, I was listening. That makes a lot of sense. If I would have pulled up the chart myself on somewhere other than trade, that's the shitty thing about TradingView, right? Like it only pulls very sometimes with these, especially less liquidity things like odd contracts, right? Like you do have to go back and look. Dex screener is much better to see what's going on.
So
But I'm
just to
looking at
put
it.
it, just to put it real simple, so that you get like you to be sure that you understand here and you don't lose any money or anything. The I did math earlier, and I had two stakes that were 7-day stakes, and I just wanted to see. It was just for testing purposes. I don't suggest doing 7-day stakes unless for testing purposes. And basically, what it boils down to is that the amount of Zen I had from those two stakes was worth $30. Okay, and that's fine. I paid basically $12 or $10 to mint them. Okay. But if I would mint today for $5, because you can mint for $5 right now, I would get a certain amount of Zen. And if I look at that Zen, which would be in the millions, and I sold it right now at the price it is now, would what I would pay $10 for, I could sell $900 today. Okay. So I can spend $10 right now and get the equivalent of $900 worth of Zen at the price it is now. So that's just to show you how much more downside it has to go just to reach fair value. So the trajectory is still has ways to go. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes, 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 yes.
Once it reaches that point of fair value, like just normal price discovery, and that the much bigger bulk of Zen has hit the market, the supply, okay, then those liquidity pools that you're looking at will have much better volume. And at that fair price, it will be very tradable because there will be volume and some people will be buying the dips and others will be selling the green candles. And then you'll see a chart that makes some kind of sense. But for the time being, it has to reach that kind of price discovery. It's in high volatile and downward movement, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. So now is your opportunity to mint and just pick your spots and not overpay for gas when you do so, to get them at the best price possible.